Loading. Oh, you're live.
Yes, we are live.
Hi, Chan.
Hello, Chelsey.
Yeah,
This is the
today we
second
have
time
invited
saying
our
hello to you.
second guest. Yes, we did have our private talk and we're going to continue it later. So welcome everyone who's seeing us live or, looking back at our throwback later. So today we're having this Conquer Your Fears, episode number 2 with my beloved best friend ever that you can... How long was it? Yeah, 9 years best friend
9.
since college time. Yeah. We did a calculation earlier, so that's why. So, yeah, thanks for reminding me on the first question.
Let me be the host then.
What? Wait. So you want to give a self-introduction, like a rough introduction on, who you are?
Sure. So, firstly, hello everybody. My name is Chandpreet, and well, if I were to talk about my career life, I am in the recruitment field by profession. I have completed my bachelor's degree in psychology and also HR. It's a double major program. Also did clinical hypnotherapy certification course, and right now I'm actually volunteering at a NGO in Miasa. So basically that's all. I have plans of future of developing my career in psychology field. So yeah.
Wow, interesting background.
I hope.
I mean, yeah, we did our college together. So you're in psychology and HR, and mine in psychology and marketing. Even though I kind of changed it 3 times, just to be sure that I'm sure. You're not crazy.
Well, are you sure?
I don't know, because after that I went to something crazier, which is criminal justice. Yeah, master in criminal justice. So me kind of doing all the crazy stuff. So yeah, I guess we wouldn't be sure until we really do it, really make it.
Yep, that's true. That's true. Well, it's a journey.
Okay,
so let's go along it.
Don't worry, we'll do good. Anyway, let's go with our first question, and it's also the topic of the day. So, conquer your fear. So, how do you feel doing life first time? Yeah, this question is coming anyway.
Yeah, been discussing about this since quite some time. So, well, firstly, definitely feeling very nervous about this thing. I'm still feeling nervous. I'm having sweaty palms, even though I have nothing to do with my palms, but I am having sweaty palms. And if this session, instead of live, it was a face-to-face, you'll see my legs shaking. So, but it feels good. It feels good.
Really?
Finally, we are doing this session. Well, I would say it's an achievement. It's an achievement, I would say, after, I don't know how long we've been talking about it. So it's an achievement. So I'll definitely thank you for this.
Okay. Sounds like some other thing is going on with that thank you. Yeah, I'll pay attention to that thank you, because our thank you is not that simple. Yeah, our thank you is not that simple. Yeah, I hope she don't mean thank you after that.
A mixture of both. It's a proper thank you and thank you.
Okay, that would be great. I mean, we have been planning a lot of projects and things, and finally this is one of the things that we managed to do it together. So I would say it's another achievement that we have conquered. I would say conquering to you.
Conquering. Yeah, I would say conquering. Definitely, that's a long journey in conquering my fears. I guess I have a long list of it.
Oh, what about doing a few more times live with me?
Well, I'll let you know 1 minute before the session ending whether I'm doing another live session or not. Let's discuss this over.
We do a project. Maybe some, really pure best friend project. We play some games online and stuff like that. We have a sessions, do something interesting and then put it on, I don't know, YouTube and a few social medias and stuff like that. I don't know, something interesting since we haven't been playing games, hanging out, stuck in this COVID. I need to get out. Yeah.
I think
so that's why I decided to.
Games would be fun.
Oh, talking about games, why not let's play one game now?
Okay, yeah.
You wanna play? Yeah, technically, I asked you a question, you asked me a question. Of course, we answer the question that's being asked, lah. Not ask a question and not having an answer. So that it be fair, you know, since it's your first time live, and then your, what do you call it? They call it the first first in history. So let's enjoy the moment of historical.
Definitely first in history.
Yeah, so let's enjoy the moment of historical by playing a short game where, you know, I ask you a question, you answer, and then you can ask me a question. Yeah. So earlier I already asked you 2 questions actually. Who are you and conquer your fears? So do you have a question for me?
Well, I wouldn't ask you who are you, because I believe people would already know who you are. So I would probably
Maybe
ask
they
you
don't.
before you even ask me the question, I will ask you, what is your biggest fear?
What is my biggest fear? Well, definitely it's not dying. I'm not really afraid of dying. Because I feel like, you know, when it's time to go, you go. So it wouldn't really be death. I mean, because death is unpredictable. You wouldn't know when you're gonna die or when you're gonna what. So death is definitely not in that. Losing someone, maybe losing someone, but definitely not a boyfriend or a love. I mean, like a lover. Maybe my family members. I don't know. I was just recently seeing this show, and then it's like loss of someone who's close to them, like a family member, and then I couldn't imagine how painful it is, and I don't even want to imagine. But I think that's the most scariest part. Or yeah, that. And then if you say it about secondary, tertiary, being poor, oh, I can't imagine that. So, nor do I want to be placed there. Yeah, I mean that it's horrifying. I mean, sometimes you feel pity, and then you look at those people, and then you're wondering, like, you know, how they ended up like this. You know, some people, of course, they have a choice, then they grow out of it and stuff like that. But imagine you being there, it's not something that you actually want to imagine, I would say. Yeah, so being poor, definitely no. And then the third one, not being me. I mean, especially like
Losing
for
yourself.
whoever who saw my last discussion with Atika, Jani, AJ, my other friend, where we talk about losing ourselves, romanticizing pain, which we shared before, you know, me and you, about how I love to romanticize pain, you know, which you kind of pointed it out this fact. So I would say, yeah, I think the worst fear apart from losing someone, it's losing yourself. Yeah, you feel like you don't feel like doing anything. You feel like the couch, the television, the movie, everything is at its best, but you feel like you're just losing time, you're not doing anything, and you feel useless. You're just not yourself. I think that's the worst part of life at this stage, I would say. Yeah. So that is my answer to you. So
thank you very much.
What
Chelsey. So now it's your turn. We cannot ask back the same questions. Let's do it this way. There's a condition. We cannot immediately ask back the same question. Let's be fair.
The thing when you bring your friend online with you and you become the host and suddenly she became the co-host, how mean is that?
Well, you know, best friends, they have some kind of privileges, like you would like to say. So I would like to take that privilege.
Let's see. Oh, okay, I know. So how have you been enjoying COVID so far? Being stuck at home, or I don't know, how's life?
Enjoying COVID. Trust me, definitely. I wouldn't say that it's not enjoying. I wouldn't say that it's enjoying. I think it's a mixture of both, really depending on the situation. Because we've been like in lockdown since last year, March, if I'm not mistaken, sometime in March. We have been in lockdown, you know. So definitely when it started, I think it was, I think I was actually happy with the idea of working from home. Like, you know, I don't have to get up in the morning and, you know, get ready to go to work, you know, and then catching those trains or, you know, getting up ready in the morning and then evening you have to come back home again and you're also tired. So I think that part I was really enjoying it. But trust me, 2 months down the road, I was like, oh my God, let's go back to office. You know, this is hard to endure because you are really stuck in that space with that same amount of people without being able to go out. So I would say well, we have had our arguments, especially we are seeing each other every day with your own family members. So the arguments has been going on and off, on and off, on and off. But the good thing of it is we learn to balance it off. Like, which argument has to just settle it there, and you don't have to bring it forward because you're just doing it for the sake of doing it because you have nothing better to do. But it also brings the bond stronger, I feel. I think because I get to spend more time with everyone, so I guess that was also the good thing of it. But looking overall in the world, it's kind of really scary, with the number of deaths happening, with the number of cases going up. I think the fear is that when I step out of the house, I'll be thinking about, I need to sanitize my hand, I need to wear my mask, I need to ensure that I don't touch anything and touch my mask back. That constant thoughts in your mind when you go and get your vaccination, you're like, okay, I must make sure the chair is properly sanitized, just so that I don't carry any of that virus with me back home. That thought, sometimes it occupies your mind a lot, and there are people which I know would overthink it as well, and I think in the initial stage, it was also a fear to me, even stepping out of the house, going to work when we were allowed to go to work, it was still very scary, especially when people around me, were actually told that they were confirmed positive. Trust me, the first time around when my colleague was actually informed that he was COVID positive, I was like, every day I was checking myself, a little bit cough, I'm like, okay, am I being infected? Or if I feel like, if I had a little bit of headache, am I being infected? So those kind of thoughts were really worrying in the sense that even though I was completely fine, but those little uncomfortableness in my body made me felt that, oh, I think I have it. And automatically, it actually brought some kind of fear in my mind, definitely, But yeah, touch wood, so far things has been good overall. So yeah. That's how the experience of COVID has been so far. Yeah. For myself,
it's an interesting life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite interesting. Like I said, I just laze around so far, watching television. Of course, stuck at home, spend with family, and I really want to get out for a vacation.
Yeah.
I think a few years back, we only made a promise to each other of going a vacation, one local and one international, just a few years back, and I think we only managed to do it 1 year. Was it 1 year already? And then
I think
we didn't see each other for then we didn't see each other for the next year.
Very, very long.
And then
very, very long.
Yeah. I couldn't even recall. I mean, earlier we were discussing, I think it was through this WhatsApp call. And then that time was, maybe we need to Google when was the last time that McDonald's actually launched that Apple burger, which, okay, don't want to comment further on that. But there was a
let's keep that
time that we actually had, we actually had this WhatsApp call and then phone calls, I think 1 or 2 times, and then that's it, right?
Yeah,
but
I think
that
mostly were
won't
WhatsApp
really
access on and off.
True. I mean, that won't really influence our relationship. I mean, 9 years, it's long. We kind of know how to manage it already. It's
This fear, I don't think I have a fear of, not talking to you for very long. That's not a fear, because I'll be like, even after 1 year I come and say hello to you, we'll still have a lot of things to talk about and relate about. So
true. Actually, you're the only best friend that I would say kind of remain in communication for a long time. I mean, I have other best friends like in primary, secondary, but it's like after a few years, then after that they're gone, or we don't really communicate much. And then maybe I found out the reason why we don't do that. It's because I'm the one finding you majority of the time, and then they're the one finding me most of the time, because I'm like famous MIA person until I met another one who's more famous
who's
in doing
even
MIA
more famous
than me.
than you. Yeah. So you see, you got to be one step further in the game in order for you not to become the one going MIA, you see. So I'm like one step ahead of you in going MIA. So
you see, this is what my best friend do to torture me. So I decided to torture her back, and one of these ways is to bring her life.
life. But it's good. You're still helping me conquer my fear, because I think, in my entire life, this probably the first live session ever. I don't think I've ever done even a short video live. I don't think I've done that.
Hey, but you did a lot of live performance, okay?
Well, that one did not require me to talk in front of public. Trust me, I had my fears at that point of time, like really just freezing right before my performances, and completely going blank, not being able to perform. That happened, but I think overcoming them was gave me a better feeling, and I was like, okay, well, we can do it. And I guess now also this is the first step. I think I was like really nervous. Now I'm sort of coming down. So let's see how it goes.
Like I say, we're just chit-chatting, and no, I would say, okay, even though it's a normal chit-chat live, but then it actually works better than the previous ones, I would say. I don't know, because you're my best friend. Like I said, both of us as a duo, live, non-live, whatever that we do, it's just not a problem, Yeah, I don't know. When I see you, I tend to go crazy. When I'm crazy, I tend to, I'm more sane when I'm crazy, or I would say more me when I'm crazier, When I tend to get high, I tend to make things work. Like, I really conquer my fear when I kind of high. Okay, of course, I'm not on drugs, not on alcoholic and stuff like that. In case people are curious, we're talking about.
Yeah, you're high on life, just as it is, You don't need drugs or alcohol to be, to get influenced.
Yeah, the me that people know, especially the close one, especially her, she have seen me high so many times. I mean, we did a lot of crazy stuff together. A lot of, seeing each other fears, seeing each other at a different state of mind, it's quite a history of this 9 years.
Yeah, and also overcoming them together, that's really something good. I think the worst thing can happen is that you don't have anyone to help you to overcome your fears, so that would be really worst feeling, because you're in fear, but there's nobody to help you, So having someone, it's really, really, I think it could be a friend, could be family member, could be anybody, could be your therapist, could be your coaches, anyone. Yeah.
Yeah. Chan is into, Chan, I only can call her Chan. Other people are not allowed. Anyway, Chandpreet. Oh, that's awkward. But anyway, yeah, she's also into hypnosis stuff, and earlier the music there. No, was it band music? No, band. Yeah.
No.
The performance
Band.
that we're mentioning is actually, high band performance, in case those. You see, you didn't mention that, and suddenly you're into band, and people would be wondering what are we talking about. Why suddenly giving to this band?
Well, I'll probably give a short introduction. So basically, what I do is that I also play bagpipes. It's a Scottish instrument. That's just like a hobby. I think something that I enjoy doing over time. So yeah.
Yeah, you see, when I'm crazy overloaded with different kind of stuff, I mean, we tend to conquer our fears into different kind of field, trying out different kind of things. So yeah, you have this person, my BFF in HR, in recruitment. Then she's playing the pipe band, and then she's also into hypnosis, and stuff like that. Oh, I was into hypnosis. Actually, I was the one who dragged her in, and she stayed. I got out of it.
I found my way.
Yeah, you see, you should thank me for that. I actually brought you in.
I am being thankful. I am being thankful. I even thank you for bringing me into this session. So I am being thankful, both thankful and thankful.
Yeah. We'll get into that later. Yeah, you see, we did a lot of crazy stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, I kind of went out of hypnosis not because it's. The sessions are interesting. There's a lot of techniques. There's a lot of things to do. It's just that I'm a person who likes to go around. I couldn't really just sit at one place. That's why it's bored me. That's why when I'm just sitting at the sofa, lying down and doing nothing, it's just not me. I'm the person who likes to entertain myself, be excited, have fun kind of thing. So therapy, sitting down there and talk to you and stuff like that, it's more of her style. Yeah, not me.
Yeah, so I should be the host. I'm still insisting. I
would say co-host. I would say co-host, when we have our conversation, it's supposed to be both way. It's just that, whenever I invite other people, it tends to be, since I'm the host, so it would be like interview sessions than a co-host session. But with you, don't have this problem one. So that's why, I ask you questions, people ask me, you ask me questions so that people also get to know me. I would say when you talk about, maybe they know me, I think they only know that I'm doing anatomy since mainly it's anatomy. And then we have this Conquer Your Fear session. And that's it, I would say. I didn't really actually do an introduction of myself anyway. But anyway, it's your turn. But I have a feeling that you're going to ask me that. But you had a rule. You're not supposed to ask me what I asked you. So yeah.
No, you did not hear to the rule properly. You did not hear to the rule properly. What I said is that you cannot ask the same question right after the question has been asked. You can ask it in the second round, third round, fourth round. It's like a later session. You can ask back. Immediately, you cannot. You need to ask a different question. So at least I'll get the time to actually think, oh, she might be asking me this question since I asked her.
Okay, a note to the audience. If you think that your girlfriend is torturesome, always like torture you with questions, wait until you see your girlfriend's best friend.
Ask you questions, right? Especially when they know you well.
Yeah. Oh God, did I just dig myself a hole unnecessarily? I think, I gotta listen throwback. Did you actually say about this? It's not fair. But anyway, what do you want to ask?
Sure, go ahead and listen it back later. So the next question would be, can you share with us what was that one fear which you have now successfully conquered it and you are happy to share with us? Something that has been, there was a fear there and you finally managed to conquer it and now you can share with us.
I have a few. I can't really think of one now.
You can pick one and then I can ask back the question later again.
Okay, I would say going live is still something fearful. Okay, even though I may look calm, normal,
don't go for live. Come on, let's not do it live. Let's do a different thing.
Okay, I'll give you two then. Okay, let me finish with my live sharing and then I'll go with the other one. Okay,
Accepted.
So live sharing is still. She'll accept it. God. Where was I? Yeah, going live. Okay, when she said that, she have these sweaty palms and wet palms or whatsoever when she's doing live, I still do have it until now. It's kind of scary when you actually go live and then, of course, if it's someone that you're not so close and then you're doing an interview with it, you need to come up with tons of questions, you need to act normal, you have to see the live session timing, you can see how many audience are looking at. That is scary, or even just clicking on live at Facebook and then imagine just going live like that and you just hoping for people to have interaction with you. That is very scary. Like doing those selling kind of live broadcasting or even just having a talk because you don't know whether is there people going to respond. Am I going to talk to the air, talk to the environment or something like that for a long half an hour to an hour? What am I going to do? That it's really very scary. So I decided in order to conquer that fear, I did sessions like this, like my winning strategies on anatomy, business plan, and then I do conquer your fear because it's not really about what my other guests fear that they need to conquer or they have already conquered. It's also about me conquering my fear and hope to have this more fluent talk and stuff like that. But of course, I realized one thing that because we don't go wrong, me and you. So we're talking like a normal human being, like how we're used to talk. But the past few sessions is not as smooth as this, because you're talking to someone that you barely know and then you try to get to know them and then while doing an interview with them, so it's scary. Yeah, so that is one thing. Like now, even if there's no one watching, I'm still comfortable talking to you because we know each other and we could just talk about anything and our topics are just everywhere. We just have a lot of things
we need
to talk.
To remind ourselves that we need to remind ourselves that we have a topic to talk about.
Oh yeah, that is still part of topic, since it's still under Conquer Your Fear and somehow no matter how we somehow manage to get back into this topic. So with you, it's like we have this topic and then there's no problem of getting the answers or getting the session done and stuff like that. But with other people, it might have an issue. So I would say this live broadcasting is actually very scary to me, and I decided that in order to conquer it, I pull people who want to conquer their fears as well online with me. So we all sekali conquer.
Well, that's a good strategy. That's a good strategy. It's like you're conquering your fears and you're helping people around you to conquer their fears. So I think it's something really good.
Well, you know, we study psychology, even though we're not psychologists, we don't use it in obvious scenarios. We kind of do it quietly and silently.
Yeah.
So for those who are
Some
hearing
techniques here
now,
and there.
I hope you managed to pick up one technique that I just reviewed just now. Hope it helps in your future. Yeah. So there was my first fear. My second one, I would say, I think the one that we have been discussing earlier was Tadum, right? Was it Tadum?
Yeah, Tadum.
Was it Tadum?
Yep,
Yeah, the
Tadum,
one that
yes.
last year we went just right before lockdown. Yeah, the only local trip that we went, Tadum Hills. I mean, the place was nice. I seen the view there, but not the
Your
room.
face reaction doesn't
That's
show that it was nice.
No. I love the water. Okay, I love the water. I love the swing. I love the games there. We played a lot of games. You know, there were card games. You know, there were badminton, ping pong. We kind of played every kind of game that are available for rental. We played chongka. Then we had meals at there. Some of the meals were good. Some I wouldn't say that's not good. It's because there was no meal available for us at certain time.
Yeah, we were only stuck with Maggie, so
yeah, and then we accidentally bought the very spicy one. So that is another whole topic. I mean, we should really have a best friend chat. You know, me and you live. I think we will have a lot of topic now. Yeah. So that place. Okay, but the room. Do not choose whatever cheapest room. I would say. Definitely not the one.
Agree.
Oh, what was the? Was it a hut room or what did we get?
It's a tent. It's a tent.
Oh, a tent room. Yeah, if you love the canopy and you have a bunch of friends, you can go for the canopy one. I don't know why I'm promoting their session anyway when you can't even go vacation. I just missed the vacation. Yeah, but if you do not, I mean, if you are not, unless you are there just to sleep, then you can get the tent. If you're not there to sleep and you want a proper like a hotel room, do not get the tent. That was
Agreed.
our horrifying moment. So the moment when people ask how is Tadum, it's amazing, but you know, yeah, you're gonna experience it. Actually, it's open. When it's open, you can go there and visit. So you can have a look on which place you want to choose, and then you decide on which room you want to do. That's another session. If she promised to go live with me on the best friend session, then we'll be doing that, and we'll be sharing about our best friend, you know, trips, things that we do, those crazy stuff. Oh, maybe we should do it. Now I'm really into that, you know. It prompts my project. Yeah, so during that session, there was this one time that, no, actually few times that we conquered. Hey, did we actually jump from the hill? No, we didn't jump from the...
No,
we didn't jump from...
We wouldn't jump from the hill. That is...
No, it wasn't a hill. It was the... No, I mean, jump into the water, you know. There was this place where they have this... Okay, explain to it. Explain what was it. It's not a hill, so what was it? Garden, lodge. No. What do you call it? It's a top surface. Technically, before you jump into the water, where people can have all these raki and then any water games, you have this swing that you can either swing yourself in it or you can just jump into it, you know. So we wanted to do that, or at least I wanted to do that. You know, I was so gung ho. I'm like, okay, let's go and do all these kind of things. But we decided to keep it until the next day. So we decided what to do. We went for flying fox first. The flying fox, it's really amazing, you know. The moment when you fly through it, you know, you get the air breathe and stuff like that. And that is the best part, you know, all the wind blowing. That was really fun. You know, she's just waiting for me to say the horrifying part. But the worst part is getting down. You see, you climb up. You climb up all the way up the hills. You know, they even sent us through this what car was it? The ATV's car brought us up to this hill, and then you climb the stairs. Yeah, and then after that you reach there, and then you realize that this, okay, I think it's top of the hill or what. This part up here, it's so steep. that it scares you. You know, as if you're on a suicide mission. Like you're really gonna jump down and having this suicide mission. It really felt like a suicide because it was so steep down. Yeah, so the moment that you want to fly down, you have to conquer that steep area and then you go down. It wasn't a smooth surface where you can just like go and then you just fly down. If it was a smooth area, to me I wouldn't think that it's a problem. But it was so steep that I don't know how many people went before me before I actually went down. I wouldn't ask the person.
I did not keep count. But there were a number of people who went ahead before you actually decided to go.
You were in front, and then there were some guys and girls, and then after that, I was, she always pushed me to the front. I have no idea, maybe because I'm that person who, the very active person, so I always tend to have the front seat when I'm with her, When I'm with my sister, I tend to get the back seat, which I feel more comfortable with. But my sister is a more, how to say that? Wouldn't say a sports person, but with all these games, what she would enjoy it. But with her, she always put me to the front, on a Rocky, that's another headache. On a Rocky, on a flying fox thing, I'm going first. It's like since I pull her there because I wanted to do it, so I had to go first.
Well, I think so because in my case, I had the same fear, of flying fox. The thing is nothing to do with, who goes first or what. It's just that the fact that, I don't know, we have discussed this, that we are afraid of heights, but I feel that I am more afraid of heights. So when I don't know, maybe it's like a sort of motivation. I'm like, okay, she has that fear of heights and she's able to do it, so I'll be able to do it as well. Like I'm setting an example, perhaps. I don't know, but it's just that it feels like I have that motivation. Like, okay, let's just do it. She did it. Let's just go ahead and do it. But yeah, I think fear of heights is something that for those who have it, they will understand flying fox is not an easy thing. Flying in that air, few meters high above in the sky, it's a scary thing. It might not be to some, Yeah, it's fun. When you're in the air, it's fun for the moment. But when you are, when you're standing at that edge, at the end there, and you're now jumping down, it's scary. I don't know, especially when I'm looking down and I'm like, oh my God, what would happen?
Yeah.
And when I'm standing up there, my legs are shivering real bad. It's like I can't move,
Trust me, you saw how I was. I even asked what do you call it? The person in charge of the area, can I get a refund? Remember, I even asked him that. Can I get a refund?
But you see, that was all because of our overthinking, right? I mean, let's say we wouldn't have overthought of it. Let's say we haven't thought like it's too steep or anything. Let's say we would have just, thought, okay, we are going for flying fox and we'll reach the end and we'll enjoy the scenery. We might have just jumped way earlier. But overthinking led us like, okay, I won't be able to do it because it's very steep, firstly. Second, I won't be able to do it because I'm not confident enough, So I think this kind of things, it's overthinking. We are doing it in our mind. The moment you are there on that stage, you just let it go. You are flying already. There's no more fear. You're just enjoying the scenery. You're enjoying the breeze. The fear goes off because you get that high of, that flow of energy automatically is there. So I think that's what we do in fear, right? We overthink it so much that it stops us from doing anything.
Remember they have this unlimited pass? Hurry up for the challenge next time.
I think there was this one. I would have gone. If let's say, we had a longer time there, I think I would have gone for the second round.
Yeah, there was this one girl who have been up there, I don't know how many times already. She's enjoying the whole session, but I think the scariest part was really because that beginning stage, it was so steep. If not, we would have already gone already. Yeah. And for whoever
we spent so much
watching,
of time thinking.
Yeah, and for whoever who's watching, being a motivator is really hard when you have a friend who takes you as a motivation and you have to go down first. So stay safe.
So the thing is, how do I conquer my fear? Let my friend do it, who has the same fear. Let her do it. Then I make that as a motivation. I'm like, okay, I can do it because she did it.
I'll try to remain calm and see. And I'll thank you later. Like, how are you gonna thank me?
Yeah, the after
Oh,
section.
yeah, my friend from Philippines is watching. Hi, June. Thanks for staying tuned on yeah, our best friends sharing session and while conquering our fears. We're just sharing about what fears that we have faced. And chit chat online. So yeah. Oh, is it my turn to ask a question?
Yep.
Oh no, what am I gonna ask? Oh, okay. I think I know already.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, like, okay, talking about fear, a part of doing entertaining, I mean, our entertainment trip and stuff like that, are you worried about working in a place for a long time and then not seeing an out and exit to it?
Mm, well, I think I've had those fears, but right now, I mean, I've made a move, I've made a jump, so I think the fear is no longer there. But yeah, I have had, being static. I think it's the thought, especially because that happened in lockdown, I felt that it was really a period of being really static in that job. And I felt like, a lot of companies are downsizing now. And even if I were to exit, I wouldn't be able to join another company. I think that I had that fear, but after some time, I kind of gained myself. Gained back that confidence. I was like, okay, hey, see, instead of me sitting down here thinking that I have no exit from this particular place and being stuck in this particular place, I made the decision. I have goals in life I want to achieve, and I think working is just a part of it for me to just grow myself. However, that those things are not like my final goals. So I think that a bit of divert was really really helpful. But yeah, to answer back your question, having that fear of being stuck in a company and there's no way or exit, especially when there's no growth or when there's no new learning. Yeah, the thought is scary. I think even if in current company, if I'm not growing or if I'm not learning, good enough that I am growing and learning here. But if let's say that's not happening, it would have been scary. I think it would be stressful at the same time because I wouldn't know which direction to move in. So, and to a lot of people, to a certain extent, they tend to fear. They tend to feel the stress, like unbearable stress, I would say. I think I had that stress before. Definitely not an easy thing. I think you try to sleep at night sometime and you are constantly thinking, what am I doing in life? Where am I where am I moving? Which direction? And that distorts. If it distorts my sleep in the morning, it distorts my overall activities. When I'm at work, I will not be able to focus. So that was not unhealthy. Good thing I realized that thing is happening. And then I had my best friend. We talked. We talked, and then I had my family members. We talked. Quite supportive people around me. So I think it was really, really. I were able to overcome it. I would say. I think for me, I guess my motivation is really to, as long as I'm able to share with people, and even if they cannot provide me solutions, that's fine. But as long as I'm able to talk to someone about it, it gives me like a clarity of thought as well. So yeah.
Oh, that I really have to thank you. Clarity of thought. You clear a lot of my, what do you call it, clouded mindset, fears, overthinking and stuff like that throughout. That is definitely one thing that I'm very grateful for my best friend. That is not under the thank you part. It's really the thank you part.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there's one part. I think, but the funniest part about us was the moment we decided to make a change in our different career, we kind of do it almost the same time.
Almost the same time. Yeah. And I think we connected a lot at that point of time because I was going through some kind of stress and you were going through some kind of stress, and our stress was related in the sense that, what is our future about? What are we trying to achieve? Like, are we going to forever be here? I'm not saying that working for a company is a wrong thing. Yeah, you work, you earn, that happens. But it's just that where are you planning to reach? That is very important, So when you don't have that thought, automatically the fear comes, it kicks in. I think I probably was down for quite some time. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I was in a routine, day in, wake up, go to work, come back, sleep, wake up, go. And I went through that phase for quite some time until I realized, like, hey, this is not what I think. I think we even talk about this, if I'm not mistaken. That like, hey, how's life? Yeah, it's just like a routine. Like stuck in that routine without enjoying that routine. And that's not healthy. I mean, in my opinion, that's not healthy at all.
True. I think the only 1 year period that we actually enjoyed was going on a vacation. Like, it was all hectic jobs that the only way to get out of it was to go on a vacation. That we have to go, like, arrange different kind of vacations and then, pre-arrange so that we could get out from this whole thing. That's why our vacations actually happened after we planned it, because we always wanted to get out during those stressful moments. Yeah, and then the last one was, last to me, but not last to you, was when I call you up and then like, hey, I just throw my letter, and then you say like, I'm going to throw the letter. Remember? Oh God. Oh yeah, we did have a phone conversation during that time. It was a very short one, but then I was like, hey Chana, I just throw my letter, and then after you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna throw my letter. Remember that talk?
Yeah. I totally remember that. Yeah.
That's
I think it was a good decision. So, well, as long as it brings to something good, so yeah, it's completely fine.
True, and now I can catch her every night because she's gonna work from home until December. So yeah, I'm working on something.
Well, I'll think about it.
Yeah, if you ever see us live again, means we somehow conquer our fear. When I say us, means I'm bringing her up live, and then we do a, I don't know, BFF session or a game, some sessions and stuff like that. We're gonna play some game, of course, not only gonna chit chat, because some people will not get into our life what we do. So chit chat session doesn't really work. We kind of need to play some games and then entertain people, or maybe remember those games that we play on the road where we're driving, like Truth or Dare game? That's actually quite fun,
Yeah, we actually learned a lot about about each other, I would say. Which we probably in the past, don't know how many years of being friends, we didn't even know those things about each other.
The weird part,
like those little things.
True, that in fact is the weirdest part about our friendship. I don't know, when people play all these BFF questions and stuff like that, they seem to know each other, what food you like, what color you like and stuff like that. But we know each other to a level where we don't know all the small details. But when we talk about food or places to go, it's not an issue, We tend to have this common understanding of each other.
Like common agreement without even talking about it.
Yeah, so if now people were to ask, what's your favorite food, what's your favorite color? I'm like, I don't know.
I may name a few, but I don't know which one is exact one.
Yeah, true. But, well, it's interesting how we actually got our 9 years. Oh, I remember when's the last time I think we officially talked. Remember on our 9 years anniversary, the 9 years, and then we called each other. Oh, I think that was after we quit our job or stuff like that. Then after we were there and like celebrating that moment.
I think it was after the burger session.
Oh yeah, it was after the burger session. Yeah, we continued after that night, and then after that there was this. Was it because Facebook sent us a hint that this is how long our friendship lasted?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, because I got it and then you got it, and I was like, hey, Facebook is reminding us that we've been friends for this long.
Yeah, then we kind of made that so-called anniversary, but I don't even remember what's the date. But anyway, this is our 9 years of being friends, and I'm absolutely extremely happy about this. Yeah, look, we have already spent 44 minutes and 13 seconds live.
I was just looking at the same thing. I was looking at the same thing. I was like, oh wow, it's been 44 minutes and I'm able to talk. Okay, of course I'm not very fluent in it and I'm still feeling nervous a bit, but 44 minutes has passed, so that's a good thing.
See, I told you, us, no problem.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, I realized this since we had back in college. What class was it? Public speaking. Yeah. Oh, we did not conquer our fear for public speaking during public speaking class, but we conquered our assignment within few hours of submission.
Yeah. And then we realized that we have that skill.
Yeah, that as long as we're together, we can make anything work within a few hours time was that particular time period or whatever that we do. That's why coming on live when you have your best friend with you, you don't need a script answer, you don't need a script question, you can just talk. Why?
Yeah.
Because we are best friends.
And you know a lot about each other that you can ask anything. The comfortable space is there.
Yeah. True. So are you gonna ask me questions or are we gonna have our private talk soon? Why am I flirting with you?
Question. Now that we were talking, I think let me think. Do I have a question?
Yeah, we can continue for another 15 minutes if you have questions to ask. Since we are enjoying this life now. Yes, no?
I can't think of anything right now. I mean, you have the questions list. What about you asking? Okay, I'll let you be the host now.
Oh, no, it's a throwback when you can't handle. Honestly, I don't even have. Actually, when we're supposed to do this live, and then there was changes and stuff like that, and after yesterday, I was thinking, why don't we come up with the questions to ask? I was supposed to ask her questions. That's why I wanted to come up with a series of questions. And then it started with, you can introduce who you are, and then your fears to conquer, and then there's a third thing, and then I don't remember, and that's it. And then we're supposed to discuss what questions you want to ask. And then we decided to have a chit-chat instead, so there was no question actually.
So it came naturally, which is good, so there's nothing pre-decided. So it's fun.
Yeah.
It's relaxed environment.
And why we don't have questions for each other is because the question that we're going to ask each other, number one, is mainly private and confidential, unless we have other sessions. No, I'm still going to get her to agree to my project. Okay? And number two is, what was number two that I wanted to say? Is we tend to jump from subject A to subject B, Z, and then come back to subject B, C. So there is no common a common trail that we're gonna go. We're jumping here and there, and that's what we always do. We can talk about subject A, then we have a commercial break, and then we went to another subject, and then come back to subject A. So talking about questions and stuff like that, yeah, it's kind of hard for us because we can just talk for a few hours, and we have answers for each other.
Yeah, eventually, correct. But I just want to add on to this conquering your fears. I think it's more of like on general note. What I think is that a lot of people face different sorts of fear. It might not be the similar ones that we face. It could be totally different than what we have discussed today. Some fears could be, something that we might not have felt it before. But to anyone who will be watching this or might be watching this or in future, we don't know, could be watching this. I just want to say, if you don't find yourself ready to share your fears with people who are close to you, there are a lot of NGOs available. You can give them a call, speak about your fears. You don't have to tell yourself that, hey, I'm not mentally ill, that I want to give a call to NGOs to get help. Completely fine. You don't have to be mentally ill. You can be completely fine, but it's just that give them a call, talk about your fears, that will really help you overcome them. If you feel that there is a necessity for it to be overcome, talk to them. They are there to provide some professional help. So go ahead, get that help. I think if you're able to talk to your family members, close member, that would be the best thing to do, because I think it also builds that bond with them. because it's a safe environment. These are people that we know. But for those who are not comfortable, because I understand in this world, not everybody might be having really close friends or good friends or really good relationship with their family members, So that's where you can get professional help. For example, you can be calling NIASA, you can be calling any other NGO like Befrienders, to give them a call to see what kind of help you can get from them by just talking. Nothing much. It's just talking, sharing your fears out with them. They might be able to help you in some way. So yeah, just want to add on that. I feel like this is a good platform to share. So yeah.
Yeah, you see, she know when I'm gonna end. Oh yeah, another thing that we discussed before we actually came live was I was telling her how she was the brain of our friendship. I mean, I'm more on the crazy creative and what was the another C? I don't remember. But I did mention that she was the brain. She would do well. Yeah, creative, crazy, and what was the other C?
Chelsey.
That's my name. It wasn't included in the trip.
It's a sum of it. It's a sum.
Yeah, just me being Chelsey. Yeah, and she being Chandpreet. We're both C's anyway. Yeah. So she knows. You see, she knows when I want to end it, and then she already, before I even asked her to give an ending speech, she already gave her ending speech. And promote whichever related platform, which she's also doing a sharing on it. You're still part of NIASA, right?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So whoever who really want to talk to her, but I'm priority. So whoever who wants to talk to her and have this session with her, if you happen to call and she's one of the what do you call it? Caller. Is it caller?
No, volunteers.
The volunteers
just for volunteers. Yeah.
Okay, if you're there to call NIASA or Befrienders and stuff like that, she's at NIASA. And if you happen to hear her talk to you, she's a very great, I would say, therapist, speaker, a listener. Yeah, she would do you a great deed. I mean, she has been doing me a great deed throughout the years. Yeah, but
thank you.
Of course, yeah, I'm still your priority. So yeah,
don't worry,
you'll
be.
Yeah, obviously. So we're gonna last for, I don't know, 50, 60, 100. Okay, it depends on how long we live. Anyway, we're always so if you need those platforms like what Chandpreet have already mentioned, so you can go ahead and contact all those people there. Of course, my first what do you call it, main introduction, like my priority, like recommendation, yeah, that was what I wanted to say. My recommendation would be NIASA, since she's on NIASA and she really make a very good, like I say, listener, speaker on it. So if you manage to speak to her, it's a very good thing. She definitely will calm you down, be able to, I wouldn't say solve your problem, because problem it's always up to yourself to solve it. But at least you'll provide a guidance or a ear to listen, so that you'll be able to actually say whatever that you want to say, whatever that you want to share to people. So I would say these platforms will be a very good place. Of course, like she also did mention, friends and family are the best one, especially if you have a best friend that's crazy, like how we have each other who can share with each other different kind of things. We just get each other at a moment period of time, and then it would be the best thing. And do remember to actually talk to someone, because when you're so stuck and then you don't want to end up just lying at bed, trying to settle whatever that is in your mind, you do want to get it out. Because sometimes a sharing session with someone who is close to you, it's actually better. Like when we have stuff like that, we will actually share with each other, so it helps us to lead a new path. Yeah, it's like a new guidance path that it works, that suddenly you have that so-called aha moment, or you finally could think out of that whole situation and scenario. So it actually helps better than just thinking about it by yourself.
Yeah,
because like what
we
have,
it gives you the clarity of thoughts. It gives you the clarity of thoughts. Yeah,
true. Like what we also have shared earlier, like in our trips, especially with the flying falls session, the reason why we couldn't fly down through the flying falls where we could enjoy the moment of air breathe, it's because we're overthinking. So do not get stuck in this overthinking process by yourself. It won't do you any work. So get out from there, talk to someone, and then get going. We don't need to be perfect in order to get things done. Yeah, that's what I learned recently. So yeah, thank you very much for everyone who stay tuned for our session. Thank you especially June for always watching me live. He's from Philippines, one of my Atomy members as well. So I'll still get her to agree to me to do our new upcoming project, which I already have something in mind. So stay tuned for any upcoming content from us. So I hope you all love our session and hope that it has been helpful. And congratulations, Chan, for being able to come live as your first historical moment with me. Yay!
Welcome, Chelsey. And yeah, it's been 54 minutes. It's going to be 55 soon. So yeah, it's been a great session. And I would request June to join her session. I think it would be really, if you're also conquering your fears, go ahead, join her sessions. It'll be very helpful.
Oh yeah, June is actually a very inspiring and I would say a great person. He's actually 60 plus years old, but he looked about 40 plus years old. So he definitely have already conquered a lot of fear, and I would love to bring him online if he would allow that. I would ask him.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Yeah, it'll be a good sharing session.
Yep. All right, that's all our session for today. So thank you very much for staying tuned and see you all soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Oi.